Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Look, I am so happy to receive here my friend, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Egypt, who came. Tomorrow will address the Foreign Affairs Council, have a lunch with all the ministers. It has been a busy time in our relationship. The President of the Commission was in Cairo the other day, and today we are going to approve at the Association Council the priorities of our partnership. For the next 5 years, this will be the guide for our action. Allow me to put on the table during our meeting that we want to be, I think we are the most reliable partner. We invest, we trade, we support Egyptian people, and we want to continue doing that. And the priorities of our partnership will be focusing on building a sustainable economy, mainly on the green and digital transition, on sharing our partnership on foreign affairs. No need to say the importance that Egypt is playing in the region. Without you, the region will be in much worse shape. And also we will continue advancing in our common commitments on human rights and the rule of law, in which we are finding the way to work together. So I'm not going to go into the detail, but you know that we are going to support on the food security issue, which certainly will be one of the most important topics in which we have to engage. The war in Ukraine has distorted everything, and we have to support on the food side many people in the world, and also the Egyptians. The figures are on the table. We talk about 100 million, but the important thing is not maybe the amount of money, but the importance of our partnership built on a common understanding of many issues in the world: foreign affairs, sustainable economy, and human rights and rule of law. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you very much, High Representative. Let me first of all convey my appreciation for the efforts that you have exerted and that of your team to finally be able to finalize the priorities and to hold this Association Council. Egypt considers the relationship with the European Union and its member states a strategic one where Egypt has demonstrated its reliability as an effective partner that can address all of the challenges that we jointly face in a very positive and objective manner. We are happy to continue to promote this relationship for the best interest of both sides, and we see the development and the intensification of the relationship at all levels. At the highest level, we've had the honor of receiving Her Excellency, the President of the Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and we continue to have discussions and understanding at all levels of our engagement. We look forward to the Association Council and to the meeting with the foreign ministers tomorrow to continue a very in-depth dialogue related to our bilateral relations, related to conditions in our region, and generally the global conditions. Most certainly, the economic consequences that the global economy is facing are very severe, and Egypt has a great burden to deal with, and we can only deal with it through the friendship and support of our friends, whether in food security and inflationary pressures, in the rise of energy costs, but also Egypt, I think, can be a productive partner in its creation of the Eastern Mediterranean gas hub and the ability to provide energy reliable and consistently, and also our efforts in the area of renewable energy and clean energy. We are embarking on hosting COP27, and during that we will be launching a variety of initiatives, both regional and global, to advance the climate change agenda, to raise the ambition, but also Egypt's ability and opportunity to be a major producer of green energy, whether wind or solar or hydrogen. And we look forward to a healthy cooperative relationship with the European Union in this regard. But importantly as well is our coordination and the degree of common understanding that we have related to many of the regional and international issues of common concern. and we believe that through our efforts, joint efforts, we can impact these challenges in a much more effective manner. Again, I thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to our discussions, and I wish you every success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative, you mentioned that Egypt is one of the most important partner for the European Union. Should we expect some extra help in one of the most delicate subjects, which it is the Ethiopian dam, especially before the third pillar? And when you mentioned that you will help Egypt in food security, can you give more details about this? Thank you.
Well, on the food security has already put on the table an important amount of money, and Egypt will be the most important beneficiary. We are talking about 100 million euros just for Egypt, but as a whole, the whole region will have an amount which is, on the next 7 years, will be reach 1 billion euros. But immediately, in the next weeks, month, Egypt will receive 100 million euros in order to support the agriculture and the stockpiling of food for the difficult times that we are facing. That's what I'm talking about. And certainly with Egypt, we have to talk also about how to cooperate with the United Nations on the efforts to deblock the Ukrainian exports. 20 million tons of wheat missing in the international market. 20 million tons makes a lot of bread. And a lot of people, if we don't deblock the Ukrainian ports, will be in severe conditions. Certainly we'll talk about the dam, certainly. How not? But I don't think there is nothing that I can comment now before discussing that with the minister.
In your blog this weekend, you spoke about the risk of global food catastrophe if the exports do not resume from Ukraine, of course. How to avoid that while the military, let's say, credible sources, as you know, Mr. Stoltenberg said this morning in an interview that the alliance has to prepare for a war which can take years and years. So you spoke in your blog on the risk of this global food catastrophe. So how to avoid it while
It's not me who is warning. It's the United Nations Secretary General, with the authority of the Secretary General of the United Nations, who has been warning that the world is facing a food catastrophe. This is the right words. It's not the will to create alarm, but saying, as I was explaining a moment ago, that 20 million now and 60 millions after the next crop has to be sent to the international markets from Ukraine. If this doesn't happen, certainly a lot of people will not have wheat to eat. And we are supporting the United Nations on the efforts they're doing, diplomatic efforts, in order for the Russians to allow the ships to go to Odessa with the controls they want to have on the partnership with other states. Several member states of the European Union has already expressed their will to participate. And this will require the mining of humanitarian corridors, and will require ceasefire to bring the food, the wheat to the ports. This has to be done.
Is the Union ready to participate in the
We will
mining?
participate in anything that we are being asked for. Thank you.